Starting it.
We're off to a great start here tonight.
Guys, look. What is it? It's 1 a.m. My watch isn't even working. I'm looking at nothing on my screen. I think it's 1 a.m.
Welcome to the world of fucking Apple Watches where, my watch is out of batteries.
It's 12:52, bitch.
12:52, bitch. Alright, so it's almost 1 a.m. where we're coming to you live from downtown Seattle.
Except it's not live.
That's true. Well, we're coming to you from downtown Seattle. We are in town. Well, we live here, but we're downtown for PAX.
PAX West, people.
For PAX West 2017. And this is day 3, the end of day 3. Technically, I guess the start of day 4 because it's so late or early.
This is the earliest hour of day 4 known to man.
True.
So early, nothing is happening.
So early that the world has stopped, and we're recording this podcast, and the city sleeps.
So early that if we got in line now, we could see anything we wanted.
This is the only... If you get in line now, it's the only way to see anything that you really want to do at PAX.
We're recording this podcast during the dark hour.
During the... we're going to go raid Tartarus.
Actually, that reminds me of a book series that I read in...
The Dark Tower?
No, I haven't. Well, I've read a book of the Dark Tower. I haven't actually read all of the Dark Tower, but there was a book in, I think it might have been junior high or elementary, but these kids, after it hit midnight, they got an extra hour to go do, super, things, supernatural
Wait,
stuff.
so an hour that didn't exist to other people?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And they use that to do
We could use that to record.
It would be very nice to have an extra hour.
Yeah, right now, that's where we could use that hour.
So.
But you could do anything that you want.
Yeah.
Would we really just use that to record a podcast?
I mean, I honestly would probably just use that to get an extra hour of sleep in.
That's true.
Unless I want.
That's boring, but that's fine.
Yeah. Anyways.
It's a realistic choice.
Anyway.
So we went to PAX.
PAX!
That's what we're talking about tonight.
It's true.
At PAX.
So this isn't going to be... Quick disclaimer, this is not going to be a, normal length, hour and a half to 2 hour long episode because it's 1 a.m.
No Wacky Film. We haven't watched it.
We haven't watched a
yet.
Wacky Film.
So
we're not going to be talking about anything else.
Yeah.
Only PAX.
First impressions.
Yeah. So
just get into it.
We also have some funny stories.
Oh yeah.
So we can kind of those will probably come up organically.
Sure.
But how's everyone feeling about PAX so far?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
All right, cool. Wrap it up, boys.
All right, that's it. Hey guys, we really appreciate you joining us tonight. All right, see you next year.
No, but honestly, PAX has changed so much over the years. At least me, I think Dane and Kyle have been coming here for almost 10 years. This is our 9th year.
Yeah, 2008, right?
Yeah. Quite a bit has changed. But I think kind of the main thing now is you're not really coming to play new games anymore unless you are willing to sacrifice a third of your
I actually want to
time.
ask you, what games have you played here? I feel like you haven't played that many, games.
I played a little bit of Dragon Ball what is it?
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Fighters.
Yeah, so I played that for a second.
Yeah, honestly, not much.
You go to PAX to wait in lines, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've done more
played an indie
panels
game
and stuff this year, and I've done more just activities around the area.
Yeah, I feel like that's honestly what you come to like about it anyways, is because you can't really control a lot of it anymore. It's just what you can control is the circumstances surrounding the con and making that more fun, which is why we're in a hotel right now.
Yeah, I mean this definitely adds an element to it. I feel like I just kind of like the vibe of PAX.
Mm-hmm.
I just it's a cool atmosphere, really. I feel like everyone is just nerdy and having fun, and you see press, but it's different than E3 where when I was walking around the show floor, I would just see people in suits rushing around with a briefcase, be I have to get to my meeting and I have to pitch my game to fucking Bill Gates or whatever. But at PAX, it's just everyone's chilling, There's a ton of cosplay.
Yeah, no Bill Gates. He's the head of video games, so
yeah, exactly.
A lot of people are talking.
I don't want to see no fucking Bill Gates at PAX rolling around to his next meeting. All right.
I prefer to see all those neck beards.
Yeah. Yeah, neck beards, bro. Yeah, I don't know. So I kind of just like the feeling of PAX, but it is true that now. I don't know. Especially even in contrast to like 2012 or like 2013 when it was starting to get even more popular and like not at its peak, but like still fairly busy. You would still have to wait in lines for like hour plus. Yeah. And now it's like we were literally having a conversation earlier. It's like, oh, I want to play Wolfenstein tomorrow. It's like, I better get there early so I can like finish before lunch.
Yeah. What time do you want to wake up?
Yeah.
That's actually like a good... That reminds me of when I was in line waiting for Monster Hunter, which took me half the fucking day to... The process of getting into the line, having it uncapped, waiting for it to get uncapped, getting in the line, getting all the way through the line took me the entire day. And I overheard one of the people running the line, or maybe this was...
Or whatever?
Yeah, and I think that he was like... He was talking to like some random guy who didn't get into the line yet because it got capped, and so the dude was like, "Hey, like how early do you think I could like get here like tomorrow morning and like make it in before there's a line?" And the guy was like, "Probably about like 6 o'clock. You should probably start lining up." And I was like, "It opens
crazy.
At 10." I was like, "No, like that's insane. Either something has to change, or like I don't know what the process is to like fix the lines, but like that's not okay."
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way to fix that problem unless you want a virtual queue, and we know how
that fucked.
Worked out. Yeah.
Yeah. As far as like this line situation, for people that don't know, you're gonna wait in a long line. First of all, if you get in line for the game, it usually takes like an hour or something at least to get to the game.
That's a good line.
That's a really good line.
That's
a high quality
an
line.
hour to get into the line. That's not going through the line.
Well, that's what I was saying, is that's like going through the line, and then getting into the line is now its own problem because the lines are capped because there's so much interest in the game, and they can't have just a huge line because there's not enough space for all the people that want to get in. So now you have to wait for the line to be uncapped for you to get in line, and you can't just stand there and wait for it to be uncapped. You have to like walk around in a circle, like waiting for them to like.
I was doing laps around the Monster Hunter thing, so I sat. I actually was able to play some games today. At the start of the day, I went over to Monster Hunter because I was like, I want to that's the one thing I want to play is Monster Hunter Worlds. I like Monster Hunter a lot. I want to play it on the PS4, and so I go over there. Right in the morning, it's capped. I was like, of course it is, because
what time did you get into the convention center?
I was probably inside the center at like 10:50 maybe, maybe like 10:30 actually. So 30 minutes after it opened, 30 minutes after it opened, I got there, it's capped. It's like, all right, I'll go play another game. It was called Ruiner. It's kind of cool, like top-down, isometric, like cyberpunk game, which had 3 stations, and like there wasn't a huge line. There was like 4 people in front of me. It took me, again, maybe an hour to get through that line because the dude was like, the guy who was first playing when I got there, there was two exhibitors there like helping, but they didn't like do anything. They weren't like going around talking to people. They were just kind of like sitting there. And the first guy in line who's playing the game as I got there got to the end of the first level, which is like, I feel like that's a natural stopping point for most people to just be like, okay, I made it to the end of the first level, beat the boss or whatever, let's pass it on to the next person. Instead, he just goes to the next level, plays through the second level to its entirety, which is, each level was like 15 minutes. So I'm sitting there waiting for this guy. I was like, dude, like, other people want to play this game. There's like 5-6 people behind you. Can you please pass along the thing? And like, he just like finally, like after the end of like the second level, like he passed it on. I was like, dude, no, like if this is how this is gonna be, I'm gonna be here playing this tiny game that no one's even heard of like until today. Like, how is this gonna happen? But eventually I got through that line. It still took me like an hour plus to get through there.
Yeah.
For like a game that is not nearly as hyped up as half the games there. It still took me over an hour for this little game.
And I got in right at open too, and like
the lines are full.
Yeah, all the lines were full. I just happened to get lucky both the times that I got into Nintendo. I just happened to stop by as soon as the line just got uncapped. So, but it still took like 2 hours to get through that line.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I did end up actually getting to finally play Monster Hunter, but it took It took all day. Like, that was, to play one game for 15 minutes, it took me 5 hours or more. Like,
Yeah.
That was crazy.
How was Monster Hunter?
It was fun. I mean, like, I have only played, like, Monster Hunter 4. Actually, now that I think about it, I was like, I only played Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and then I realized, oh wait, I actually did buy Monster Hunter Generations, which was the most recent one on the DS that came out, and I did play that, yeah, a little bit, but I had forgotten that I'd actually done that. But yeah, this new one like is those games, but just better. Like, it's finally on an actual controller. I don't have to like mess around with the DS, which is not meant for.
It's
like,
the worst way to play that game.
Yeah, I like specifically bought the like new 3DS because it comes with this shitty like thumb. Like, I think we've talked about this before. Like the little like nubbin for the
It has a little
for the
fucking
camera.
like nipple on the.
Because otherwise you can't. Otherwise the DS doesn't have enough. It doesn't have another stick to control the camera in Monster Hunter, and like it's a third person like action like game. You need a camera to move around.
And the
like,
camera is like. It's very important to control your perspective in that game because the monsters are like the size of a building.
Yeah, and
you
like
have to make sure you.
It even plays in like the direction you're attacking is like focused on like where you're looking and stuff like that. So like you need to be able to move the camera around. And like the only other option was to buy like the 3DS like accessory that's just another thumb pad that connects. I was like, I'm not doing that for this game. Like, I'm not gonna just have this shitty like one use like thing for this. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, the new Monster Hunter looks great. It was like this giant, like, not giant, but the zone was like there was no loading screens. Like, there was nothing going on. Like, it, like, completely seamless, like, world. Could run around. Like, it was awesome. And like, I think one of the hard parts about the Monster Hunter games, like, they're kind of like difficult to get into. But this one, I mean, it might have just been the demo, but it had a bunch of like tutorial things to show like how to like your attacks and like which attacks chain and like that kind of thing.
No, I think they're actually doing that.
Yeah, because like on the DS, like you have to go through like training and stuff to play those ones. Or it was like how do you like learn the combo for your weapon, and like it doesn't like give you an indicator when you're fighting. But on the PS4 one, it was like, okay, press like triangle, and then the like tooltips change, and like, all right, now what button can change from this, and like you can see every option like available to you, which makes it really easy to pull off like the combos you needed, which was helpful.
That's cool because I know some people are going to look at that and be like, wow, they're dumbing down Monster Hunter. Yeah. Like, they're making it for babies. But I don't really think that's true because before it was just too vague to even understand what you were doing. Like, when I started using the Charge Blade on the 3DS, it was a completely different weapon and one of the more advanced weapons. And I literally watched YouTube tutorials from like Gaijin Hunter or something like that for like 3 hours to even learn how to use the weapon. That's not okay.
And I don't think this game is gonna like be accessible by any means because it still has all that stuff in there, but like there are just some like minor changes that actually make the game like a little bit easier to just look at and be like, okay, I know what to do. But like, even that's funny you said like the thing about the Charge Blade, because the two guys, so when I was playing, I had one guy with me who had played the game before, had played Monster Hunter before, because the attendant like asked, he was like, what's your guys' experience level with Monster Hunter? And I was like, I played a couple of them on the DS, which most people like have. The last one that came out not on the DS was like 3 try, that was on like the Wii U at like the launch or something. But and then there's two guys that were with us who, like, I think you brought this up, like, we waited in line, combined total, maybe, like, 3+ hours. These two dudes are like, nah, I never played Monster Hunter before. I was like...
It's like, what the fuck are you doing in this line, bro? Like, go, like, eat lunch.
Like I said, people go to PAX to wait in line.
That's crazy, dude. That's, like, a sick, like, maybe they get a sick rush out of just waiting in line.
Monster Hunter is a sick game, so I'm glad those guys were interested enough to play it. But I was like 3 hours to play a game that you have never, like, you have no like vested interest in the game before, like that seems crazy.
What does that say about PAX / what does that say about this particular Monster Hunter game?
The booth for Monster Hunter this year is really dope.
It's pretty lit.
Like the Rathalos statue is just like life size and it's just like in your face.
I mean, I think this also, like, this game when the trailer came out at E3, I think a lot of people might have been like, they were confused at first because like that was a surprise thing that Monster Hunter was even coming to the PS4. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people were like, is this like a new Souls game or like a Souls like copy game? Because the way the characters move and stuff looks very like, it looks like a Souls game.
Well, I remember we were watching it on stream and we were like, I was like, wait, is this gonna be Bloodborne 2 or is this gonna be like From Software's new game? And then I saw something gave it away. It was like
It was when there was a giant like monster that came.
Oh
like,
yeah,
this is
there was
Monster
like,
Hunter.
or it was like they were in a jungle or something,
Yeah.
and I was like, this looks kind of like Monster Hunter actually.
But yeah, and I think that people like playing like Dark Souls can see like there's like similarity between like the combat and the fighting in that game with the bosses that like translates I think to Monster Hunter and Dark Souls. So I think actually a lot of people like over time have become more like into those games, and so maybe those guys were maybe they just like the guy that I was talking to he was like, oh, you're local? I was like, yeah, I'm from around here. And I was like, what about you? He's like, no, I'm from Detroit. I was like, whoa, dude, you came out here for PAX? Like, do you do it like every year? He's like, yeah, I tried to. I was like, dang, that's crazy. And then he spent an entire day waiting for Monster Hunter. So, good on him.
I mean, I respect that.
A game he's never played.
A game he's never played.
That's wild. But
Yeah,
I
he
He
respect
better
that.
fucking buy it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, the thing about the Charge Blade, he was talking to us. He's like, okay. He was like telling us like, all right. So what's your experience? And those two guys were like, oh, none. He's like, all right, so you're probably not going to want to use the Charge Blade. I'm just like, okay. He's like, you should use one of these like weapons, like the bow and arrow. They've changed and stuff to make it easier. And
Yeah.
yeah. But anyways, that game's awesome. So I'm excited for that.
Let me say right now, if you play that game and you have any interest in it, after a few hours, use the Charge Blade. It's very fun.
All those weapons, like that's one of the main points of that game is that every weapon like is a completely different like play style. Like they all play like very very differently. So yeah, that game's awesome.
Yeah, using a more complex weapon made me appreciate that game a lot. I'm not by any means good at that game, but it's fun.
Yeah. And really the only other games I played, I actually played like the first day I got in here, before I met up with you guys, I played Total War Warhammer 2.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I don't know, man. I mean, I played it.
I
but,
don't
like,
know.
the setup was like they were just like, oh, just go ahead and go in there, and so I'm like, all right.
That's
like,
so good.
I've never played a Total War game before.
I think it's a Warhammer game.
Well, it's Total War.
It's
Warhammer.
Total War.
It is a Total
it's a Total
War
War game with a Warhammer skin.
Yeah, and so
Oh,
I go in
okay.
there, I'm like, all right, I don't really know what to do. Like, I played RTSs before. Total War is not really like an RTS, though. And so...
That's
the
more of like a
setup-
4X slash...
No, not even. It's
I don't even
very...
know.
It's like a very slow-paced, like, army, like, positioning game. It's very strange, like, compared to other, like, RTSs. But, like, I get in there, it's like, all right, choose your mission, whatever. I choose it. And the objective is, like, destroy, like, these people. And, like, it was just a map. On one side is my army. On the other side is another army. I was like, well, what do I do? And so then I just highlighted all of them and clicked and, like, sat there for, like, 8 minutes and just watched them fight each other.
Was it cool?
I mean, it was fine, but, like, I wasn't
You didn't
playing
do
the game. I literally
anything,
could
yeah.
just sat there and, like, looked at my phone and was like, okay, like, what is happening here? These things are just fighting each other. So,
Like, did you zoom in and see some lit
I
ass,
did. I was like that was it. I was like, I was
dead.
acting like a movie director. I was like taking the camera and like doing like these like sweeping pans. I was like, oh, this is sick. Like literally, I'm like zooming in on this fight here and just like doing like dumb things like that because there was nothing else to do in that game. I was like, all right. Well.
But that's lit, dude. You can just go in and see, like, is it truly, like, thousands of people, like...
No, that's the thing because like
It's
that's
all
the
the
thing.
same
That's the
animation.
one thing you hear about Total War is like, oh, you can get all these huge armies and like there's thousands of units and like there was not that many on there and also like when you zoom that close in, it doesn't look that good. Like the game is not that graphically amazing.
They've been
like,
selling
up
me a
close.
fucking sham on Steam, just trying to get me to buy that shit.
Yeah,
I
so-
thought it was going to be, like, I would zoom in, I'd see, like, some 300 ass, like, slow motion, like...
No, it's not that.
No,
It's
I'm
just
out.
it's just like kind of like shitty like 3D like models just hacking away at each other. I'm like unless I just wasn't paying attention, but like it didn't look like it wasn't a dynamic battle going on.
For that reason, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I don't see someone get knocked down and get their butt took,
Someone needs to get their butt took,
No one's butt was getting took in Total War.
then I'm out.
I can't back that game.
Yeah.
And then today I played Forza 7, which is a Forza game. So
So is
sorry,
it
Forza 7.
Forza, that's
God,
how it's
Forza.
pronounced. Forza?
You almost,
Forza.
you almost went
Aaron
casual
Green-
right there.
Look at this. If you go in the bathroom and say Forza 3 times, Aaron Greenberg is going to jump out of the mirror and slap your ass. He's going to take your butt.
I'm pretty sure the attendants there though didn't know either because I'm pretty sure the guy like next to me was like, "Have you ever played a Forza game before?" And then I was like, "What?"
You
I've
should have been
never
like,
played
no,
a
I played
Forza.
a Forza game, though.
you casual.
You filthy dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give me your shirt. I'm now the enforcer of this. game.
go over there and play Forza, you dog. Jesus.
I have to say, side note, a ton of people are wearing filthy casual shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about
That's because
That's stupid.
Okay, Filthy Casual is a clothing brand.
Is it?
Yeah, it's founded by some hot chick and like her boyfriend or something.
Well, that could explain it.
And so like I think there's a certain like following behind Filthy Casual, sort of like there's a following behind like Obey,
Yeah.
Or something like that. So it's more about like the brand. I don't think they're actually half the people who are wearing that probably don't even understand what filthy casual really means.
I mean, they might even understand it, but they just are okay with it because it's more than just saying that they're a filthy
Yeah,
casual.
I don't think it's evolved past that. Like, I've seen a lot of those shirts that look like the Jack Daniels logo, but it says filthy casual, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's
Yeah.
weird.
That's pretty lame.
It's weird to label yourself as that.
Yeah, I hope that the people who are wearing that like are taking that as a joke
I think they are.
and not being
No, I think it is a joke.
Self-deprecating.
yeah, and, or not just like that like term is like kind of like derogatory and like annoying for people. It's like, oh, what, you're not a real gamer?
You're a
like,
casual?
Oh, you haven't beaten Dark Souls, you filthy casual? I was just like, all right, who the fuck? Come on.
Blindfolded on a
Yeah.
dance pad.
Yeah, you haven't beaten Dark Souls with a drum set.
Yeah. And then,
I got this pickle and I played Dark Souls on it.
You haven't beaten Dark Souls on Ocarina?
I have fixed a battery-powered potato to my dance pad and played it in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I don't think I played much. I also played Mothergunship, which was in the indie mega booth or whatever it was called, and that game was actually kind of cool. It was like procedurally generated first-person shooter, but like one of the neat thing about it was the gun customization. And like you have like whatever gun you start with, and when you go it reminded me of the gummy ship like customization from Kingdom Hearts, because you get like
We're going
sockets.
down a bad path.
You get like your gun has like a bunch of sockets on it, so you can connect like double like connectors, and then from those you can connect like two more things. But on the end of each like connection, you can just put like a gun barrel. It's like a laser barrel, a shotgun barrel, a chain like saw thing. And so at the end of the thing, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put like fucking 15 chain gun barrels on the end of this gun. It just looks ridiculous. It's taking up like half the screen. Like you get two guns eventually, so you just have like these ridiculous like Tetris looking like shit guns just shooting directions. It was crazy. And like the guy, I think he was like the director producer of the game, was next to us. He's like, yeah, like I'm just interested in seeing people just like break this game with like these weird ass like silly weapons they create.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, so I was able to play some stuff. I mostly played all that stuff today, but
Yeah. Tomorrow I think I'm going to check out some of the indies at the PAX 10.
Gotta hit up Wolfenstein.
But I really want to play Wolfenstein. That's what I really want to play. I wanted to play that at E3 and the lines were even longer. It was like 6 hours.
For people who don't know, when you play Wolfenstein, you get a strawberry milkshake.
Yeah, you literally get, if anyone's seen the Wolfenstein E3 trailer where the strawberry milkshake guy, like Nazi asshole, comes in the bar and says some shit, I don't think you get to meet that Nazi guy because Nazis aren't real. No, there's no Nazi symbolism at PAX, but yeah, you get a strawberry milkshake made for you, and then you get to keep the container.
And it looks pretty cool.
And it looks pretty cool, yeah. It's like, I don't even think it's like a paper container. It's like an actual.
It's plastic.
Yeah.
And you get to take it home. It's a souvenir
So
cup.
I do want to do that. I so want to do that.
Yeah. It's always just like a battle of when you go up there. It's like, if you're not lucky, then you're going to have to make a decision to sacrifice half your day.
Yeah.
In 1 second.
I would be ready to do that tomorrow just because I haven't played a lot, but most of the stuff that is there, I've already seen enough of, or like there's nothing there I really want to play and feel other than Wolfenstein, because I haven't seen any gameplay from that game. I haven't watched any gameplay, so I just want to feel it for myself.
Yeah, that's why I don't feel too bad about Monster Hunter, because like I told you guys, like literally the one game I wanted to play was Monster Hunter. So I was like, listen, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. I might as well just like spend like this.
Yeah.
Like, what else am I gonna play there?
That's
Like,
fair.
There's nothing else there I want to play, so I might as well just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there might have been some other things I want to check out, like Shadow of War, but that game's coming out soon, so I'm not too upset about it. It's coming out like next month, so you know, whatever.
And like we went to the Destiny 2, so Bungie and probably more so Activision, I think you're right about that. They just have so much money that they decided to rent out the Paramount Theater, which is a pretty nice, spacious.
It's big.
It's a really nice, big theater in downtown Seattle. And I don't think they rented out like literally the entire thing, but they had multiple rooms and like the entire main. They might have actually.
They rented out the whole thing. The whole floor was rented out.
That's true. Okay, yeah. So the entire Paramount Theater was just Destiny. They had Crucible, so they had the PvP, and then I think they might have had.
They had a PVE.
They had the PVE
area.
one too.
Yeah.
And then they had like the entire front hall, which is just it's a gorgeous building. It's literally just all decked out in like Red Legion Cabal banners and like yeah, it was pretty cool. But really all I did was go there and wait in line for around half an hour or so to get merch.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I mean, I'm glad I got that stuff, but
I mean, we went in there and like we were in line. We're like, I was like, listen, I've played the beta. Like they didn't add anything new in this demo. I don't want to play PvP because I don't like it that much in Destiny. So I was like, I'm not gonna sit here for an hour to
did
play
you play
this.
it, Tom?
I did play. I got wrecked because I don't play Destiny.
Yeah,
that's
and
fair.
I'm sure people there probably have played Destiny before, so they're
Yeah.
like, all right, well, just
I
do
was
this,
like,
but
how do I use these abilities
Yeah.
and stuff? And I'm just like, I randomly throw shit. And
That's
it's
not
like,
the place to learn.
Yeah, but I'm just like, all right, well, this is definitely not the weapon that I needed.
But yeah, it was a cool setup in there.
It was really cool. Yeah, other than that, I haven't really honestly played a lot. I'm trying to think.
I played Super Mario Odyssey.
How's
Yeah,
that?
dude, I really wanted to play that.
It's pretty good. It's
What was the demo?
the demo. So you had there's two stages you could do. You could either explore the city of New Donk City,
Yo.
yeah, or you could do the sand level.
Yo.
And so when I'm on my first playthrough yesterday, I did New Donk City, and it's very similar to New York, but I was finding myself getting kind of lost around in this city trying to find things to do.
How do you Yeah, what were you doing? Or like, how did you navigate it? I'm so confused on this game. I don't know what this game is.
It's I don't know because they threw me in the middle of this like city, and I didn't like if you start from the beginning, it'd probably be easier to be able to navigate through it. But you do get to ride on a moped, and
That's
that was
lit.
pretty
Okay.
cool.
That's what I mean. I don't understand this game. That's why I'm intrigued with it, because it doesn't make sense.
All I know about that, because I think they did the same thing at E3, and from what I know of that is that the objective in that area is to run around the city and find like 5 like jazz musicians, and
Okay.
yeah, and like
Dude,
I'm not sure if there's indicators
happening?
as to where they are, but like they're just humans,
Yeah.
just playing jazz, and you find them and get like a star out
That's
of them.
That's
Crazy.
like
That
that's a
is
side
crazy.
mission that you can do.
Oh,
And
this is so fucking weird.
Yeah,
That's
or I
so
think it's a side
strange.
mission. But when you do activate that mission, there's like beacons that light up,
Oh, okay.
and you can find them sort of easily. There's one of them who's like on top of a rooftop that's
Yeah.
like pretty hard to get to. I didn't know how to get to him, so I just dicked around until the 10 minutes were up. But the sand level was pretty solid because the controls are pretty tight on the Super Mario Odyssey.
Right.
And they have this new mechanic similar to a Link Between Worlds. Is that it? Yeah, where you can go
DS.
into this pipe, and then you're now like this wall graffiti.
Okay.
And it's like
Oh.
it's the 8-bit Mario from the first Mario. So you have 2D platforming combined with 3D platforming from this new game.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you have to traverse the whole world that way.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude. Nintendo's doubling. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this. I literally don't know what's happening in Super Mario Odyssey. It's so weird. You can throw your hat onto a dinosaur,
And then you
Yeah.
and you can also apparently throw your hat on trees and just become a tree, and you
Yeah.
can literally just sit in the world as a tree.
But one thing
Lit.
that's
So
weird.
It's lit, dude. Hello.
There's this one guy that you can possess with your hat, but then all the other people you throw your hat at and they just like.
And they're
"What
just
the
like,
fuck?"
"Whoa,
And
it's
there's
your
like,
hat."
you're a fucking asshole. Why'd you throw
Yeah,
that?
why'd you throw your hat at me,
Ass.
bitch?
I don't know, the jazz musician thing is funny because
That's weird.
At E3 they had like, I think I showed you guys a video of it, but they literally made like a New Orleans like city block with like balconies and like crazy like streetlights and stuff, and when you're walking through it, it's like the most lit jazz music you've ever heard ever is just playing, and it's from a Mario game, and it doesn't make sense.
It does. Nothing about that game makes sense.
And I kind of love it because it's with Mario, you're usually like, okay, yeah, you're gonna run around and you're gonna stomp some gooms
Through the Mushroom Kingdom.
yeah, you're gonna do some shit. But now it's like, all right, I'm in New York City. I can possess dinosaurs.
There's some regular ass people in
There's
this
just
world.
like humans walking around.
New Donk City.
You don't.
No, it's New York.
It's New Donk.
All right, look. We're gonna go to New Donk City.
I want to say, speaking of donk and dunk, we saw a game called Dunk Lords with a Z.
I think I saw that too. Yeah,
In the indie
That's a
Mega
good
Booth.
ass name.
With the Z.
And we might need to check it out tomorrow. Jordan won't be there, which I'll be sad about because Jordan's all
Tell
about
me.
dunking.
I'm all about dunking fools.
Dunking that ass.
You're all about people getting dunked on. Dude, speaking of that ass,
oh my god.
this has to be told. The story has to be
Go
told.
ahead.
Alright, so I'll keep this brief. This was Friday, so this was the first day of PAX. We were going up the elevator in our hotel, and we entered the elevator, and soon after we entered the elevator, three people entered the elevator. There is a male who comes in and sits in the corner of the elevator. There is...
Sits.
He sits down on the floor.
He pulled out a chair and sat down.
Yeah, and then
Took
he
his
sat
shoes
on the
off
bed.
and everything.
Yeah, and so he was getting comfy with his like little rolling chair in the corner, and then a white female entered the elevator. I don't know why skin color matters. A female entered the elevator.
One might say it doesn't.
Because black
doesn't.
lives matter.
So a female enters the elevator with a bouquet of flowers. Another female enters the elevator with a bouquet of flowers. We're sitting there for a second, and we're like, oh, our floor. So we hit our floor number. It's 26. Come kidnap us from our hotel. We're on floor 26.
We'll be there by the time this airs.
Yep.
Please
and then and then the girl's like, oh, I'm 10, and the other girl's like, whoop, I'm 12, and they hit the buttons, and then so we're just sitting there all riding the elevator, and we're getting closer to floor 10 for sure, and they're talking, and they're like, oh, we have these flowers for my like, or it's like, good thing I have these flowers for my imaginary boo, or like my imaginary boyfriend or something like that, and then they're like, they smell so good, and then I guess one of the girls' name was Sarah, so the other girl was like, oh, like, I don't have a boyfriend, or I don't have a blah blah, I've just been, Sarah's been eating my ass all weekend, or like, been sucking my ass all weekend, or something like that. We're just like, wait.
I don't remember that. Honestly.
I don't remember that either. I wasn't paying attention.
She did say that.
All right.
Oh, it's 2-1, Dane. You're making things up now.
I'm not making things up. She was like, I don't know exactly what she said, but she said something about Sarah is blah 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 my ass all weekend. And then I don't even know if they knew that guy in the elevator. I don't think they did. And the girl gets out of the elevator. The door's open. She gets out. And then the other girl is like, all right, 5 minutes. Bring that ass. and we're just like, what? Like, what's happening right now? And it was just so awkward. And then the doors close. And Ton's in the back of the elevator, like on his phone or something. And he's like, wait, what floor are we on? And then keep in mind, this is floor 10 that we just stopped at. The next floor that the other female is getting off at is floor 12. So there wasn't a lot of time here. We were going up, and Ton asked what floor we're on, and I'm like, hopefully the next one. And so this is bad because...
And what you meant by that was, it's crowded in the elevator, I want to get out as soon as possible.
Yeah, what I meant is, like, it's awkward as fuck, like, I don't want to be in this elevator anymore, and just let me get out of the elevator. But the next floor was her floor. And so she turns around, just looks right at me, and she's like, yeah, good luck. And so I get roasted. But then, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, no. She thought that I meant, like, I want to get out on the floor with her. And
to get that ass.
Yeah, to get that ass. But we already know Sarah's getting that ass, so I don't know what she was worried about.
Well,
so
dude,
then,
you just need to knock her out and take her butt.
Just knock her out and take her butt.
This is a reference to a video in which a man explains what happens in prison.
Right.
And
so
drop
we're
the
not
soap.
actually talking about...
We're not actually talking
Yeah,
about...
that's just a reference to a dumb video.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so... Yeah,
We're quoting a video, so we can't be held responsible for anything we say.
Right.
It's parody.
So it's a tribute. So anyway, yeah, she gets out of the elevator and kind of like gives us a look, and it was uncomfortable. And then I started saying like, oh no, I fucked up. Like she thinks I was like being creepy and everything. And the other guy in the elevator was like kind of looking back at me, and I think he probably wanted to hear the conclusion of our discussion. But it was his floor, which was like 21 or something like that, like a few floors before ours. And so he gets out, and we're left. I'm left there to just think on my sins, and like how creepy she probably thinks I am.
Yeah.
It was a funny situation, I thought.
Classic.
Sounds awkward.
It was very awkward. It was just when she was like, like 5 minutes, bring that ass. I was like, I mean, like, that's fine. But don't say that, like, in front of in a crowded elevator.
Dane,
young men.
I feel like you're being somewhat hypocritical here in which you've said things that are as awkward to say in public.
In an elevator?
In a public
Like
situation.
what? Like, what have I said? Okay, that's
Coulter,
I'm hungry. Coulter, I'm hungry.
Last night, as we were walking back drunkenly
Oh
to
my
our hotel room,
fucking
you
God.
almost got us in a fight by calling some guys some fucking douchebags.
Yeah, because those guys were douchebags.
Also, fuck
No.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, there's
Look.
a whole bunch of things.
Okay.
Were you shouting things in public, or when we were waiting in line for Rocket League, we were like to each other, we're like, let's go. We're joking around with each other, let's go. And then you took it one step too far, and very loudly we're like, let's fucking go. And it's like, all right, I don't know if we need to like
That's
yell
funny,
that
though.
loud.
Look,
I actually don't remember that
look,
specific
I don't.
moment.
Look, I'm not weak. All right.
Fair enough.
No. Yeah, I feel like to address your last point, when we were walking home from the bars last night, I really wanted to start a "fuck Donald Trump" chant. So
Like you do.
like you do. So I was walking down Capitol Hill. It's Saturday night. It's lit. People are all over the place. There's a lot of millennials. There's a lot of hip people there. So I figured, hey, if there's
We're in a
gonna-
blue state.
If there's we're in a blue state. Like if there's a very blue state, we're in a rainbow state. If there was anywhere in the U.S. Saturday night at 1 a.m. to yell "fuck
Start a
Donald
hate
Trump,"
chant.
to start a hate chant for our fucking awful president, that was the time. And so I made it my mission. Did I accomplish this mission? No. I met some nice people along the way. I met Ahmed.
Elijah, the guy
Yeah, I
who followed
met
us on
Elijah.
Instagram.
He followed me on Instagram.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's like a photographer or some shit. Shout out to Elijah.
He like made a clothing brand, I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't
think
know,
so.
man. He made that brand. He made it. No, okay. That's when I started yelling "fuck Donald Trump," and then he's like, "Yo, you should like follow me on Instagram, blah blah," because he made a clothing company.
Oh,
about
and it
clothes
says,
that says
fuck Donald Trump on them, yeah.
which was odd. But yeah, I followed his. I don't know. Like I met a lot of people doing that, and it was fun. Did I accomplish my goal? No.
No one gave a shit enough to chant it.
That one guy that I walked up to that was on my Instagram story, he was down with it for sure. Like instantly I walked up, I was like, guys, I need your help with something. And then the girl was like, what? Like what? And I was like, I need you to help me start a chant, fuck Donald Trump. And then the guy just goes into it right away. He's like, fuck Donald Trump. I'm like, this is my guy right here.
What's funny is that at one point you were talking to me and you said the people that weren't chanting with you were haters, which I thought was incredibly hypocritical.
Yes.
No, they were hating on my dream, bro. My
Just like
dream
you're
was
hating
to
on
start-
Donald.
Yeah, exactly. No, everyone hates Donald Trump. Like, why not just say fuck Donald Trump?
I mean, I get that. It's just, it was very annoying to me as I'm trying to get home from a
I
long
know.
night out.
I know
You were
and
visibly upset.
I know you
literally-
were upset.
My
Look,
breaking point.
Jordan.
No, I'm talking.
I know you were upset.
My breaking point is when we were walking down, we're literally like 2 blocks away, and then Dane's like, no, look at all those people at the bar just sitting out there minding their own fucking business. Let me go over there and stop me from walking home. I'm like, Dane, listen, I really just want to fucking get back to the hotel room.
Look,
Like,
I was really drunk.
okay, that's
those-
not an excuse.
I think it was.
I mean,
I was
A bad one.
My
It's a bad
mind,
excuse.
my mind was focused on only a few things at a time, and the number one priority at that time was to start a fuck Donald Trump chant.
I feel like you had one other thing on your mind as priority.
Maybe, potentially, like getting in a fight.
Maybe,
Yes.
yes.
that was second priority. Anyways.
Look, those guys are being assholes. All right.
So there was a Bioshock party last night.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a lot of, what were those people called?
Splicers.
Splicers, yeah. There's a lot of people cosplaying as splicers. They had all the bunny masks and blood all over their clothes.
And they're dressed in like formal clothing.
Yeah, like 50s attire. And so we see some people walking right by our hotel, and I was just curious. I was like, I
Like
wanted
1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, this Bioshock party was hella hard to get into too.
Yeah.
So like, it was wrapped around the block maybe 3 times.
Yeah,
No, not
it-
we went
It
around
was
3
around
corners.
Yeah, it was around the building, like, and it was a huge fucking building.
1:30 in the morning right now.
And so like, I see them. I'm like, oh, I kind of want to know what this party was like because we definitely were not gonna be able to get in.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, hey, did you guys go to the Bioshock party? And they're like, no, we just like dressing up like this because we're fucking assholes.
Yeah, it's like, no, we're just like doing this for fun or something. And it's like, all right, douchebag.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, whatever, shut the fuck up. Like, I'll just let them fucking do whatever.
But I wasn't having it.
The
Yeah.
proper response, Tom, is like,
Yeah.
all right, those guys are fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Carry on with your business.
No.
But then Dane went all aggro and was like, "What they saying?" Like,
And then
Yes.
literally to them, like it wasn't just like he said to us, just like, "Oh fuck those douchebags." He literally looked
Yeah,
at them.
fuck those
said,
douchebags.
Fuck you, douchebags. I was like,
Yeah,
all right, Dane,
and it was
like,
pretty loud. It was
calm-
pretty loud.
like,
I'm like,
listen,
Dane,
bud.
shut up.
You're like, don't do this right now.
There's like 10 of them,
Yeah,
and there's
I was
3
like-
of
I
us.
was- honestly, there was a group of them. I was like, we're 1 block away from the hotel. Please let us get there. And then they ended up going to the same hotel as us.
They were in the elevator.
right next to the elevator. I was like, all right, this is just fucking great.
Did you guys have to be in the elevator?
We were in the elevator with them.
Yes,
No, we weren't.
We were in the
Yes,
same
we were.
elevator, and they made a comment too. They were like, one of them was like, "Oh, how'd you get that blood effect on your clothes?" He's like, "Oh, I use this." And I was like, and then he was like, "Yeah, nothing like using the real thing." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Speaking of which," and like, I was like, "Oh man, is that a comment towards us?"
Speaking of which, we're
Oh,
getting
he
some more
did
blood
say
on
that.
there.
Yeah, he did say that. I was just like, "Oh, these guys are like really, twisting the knife in there."
Man,
But yeah, overall, an eventful night.
it was wild.
Nothing compared to PAX. Kidding. I love PAX.
No, PAX is great.
Anyways,
Look, we're allowed to complain. Coulter and I especially are allowed to complain about PAX because we're veterans now, essentially.
I mean, I think
When did
anyone
PAX
can
start?
Complain about PAX.
No, you're not worth
I
it.
think like
I've only
2006,
lived through the
maybe
line.
2005 or 6.
Okay. So I mean, we've been
maybe
going
even
for,
earlier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that much earlier.
No. Yeah, we're all allowed to voice our complaints. I just feel like Coulter and I have seen it evolve from humble beginnings,
Yeah.
and it's a much different show now.
I mean, the first time I went, I think was like 2010 or 2011. And then I think I actually went the next year too. But then like there's a couple 2-3 year gap in there. And when I went last year was the first time I'd gone in a while, I think. And I was just blown away by the just sheer amount of people that have like entered that convention center. Like
There's
it's
a lot of
insane
people.
how many people are
Stupid
in here.
amount.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absurd.
Yeah.
And it makes like the overall experience for me like much harder to enjoy because I want to play those games and I want to see them, but like it's not possible. Like
Yeah.
only going there 2 days, which is on me, and that's all I want to do because I hate being around like that many people. Is just tiring to me. But like I like you can't see more than one game, like one big game, like in a day. It's not possible.
I was about to say, I feel like, so I've gone every PAX. It used to be only 3 days. It used to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they started doing Monday. When did they start doing that, Coulter? Was that like 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah. Not more than 4 for sure.
Yeah, so they're doing the 4th day now since it's always Labor Day weekend. But I think maybe save for like 1 or 2 years, I've gone every day. And I have to say that I'm getting a little tired of, like, not of PAX. Like, I love PAX, but it's like, I'm at the mall every day working. Like, I hate the crowds at the mall. This is just that multiplied by, like, 10,000
Yeah.
or more. And it's just insane. So, yeah, there's just hundreds of thousands of people there, like, around Seattle in the convention center. It's definitely tiring. Like, I'm not stressed, but like at the end of the day I just feel so drained.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I love me some PAX, but sometimes enough is enough.
Yeah, I would, like, I don't know if there's a solution to that problem. Like, there's not, like, a bigger convention center that they can move to, I don't think. Like,
I feel like the convention center is plenty big, like, or it could be bigger.
it's
but-
not, though. Like,
yeah,
it's not plenty big. They have, like, the only other option is to just let less people in, and they clearly are not doing that. In fact, I feel like they just have more people every single year. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
But, anyway. But it's, again, you can still see games there. It's just, like, you need to plan, like, your time around them.
Or you can just go to indie games.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I enjoy walking around, like, the indie, like, arcade. Like, there's so many, like, weird, like, cool games there, and also, like, when I was doing, like, playing, like, Mothergunship, like, the lead developer was just right there, like, talking to me, like, having a conversation, and I was asking, I was like, oh, like, like, how long have you been working on this game? Like, and he was, like, talking about the procedural generation. I was like, well, like, what parts of the game are, like, procedurally generated? And he was able to, like, tell me, like, the whole thing. He's like, oh, the room is, like, built as, like, a shell, and, like, we wanted it to feel, like, handcrafted, but then, like, have it, like, be a different kind of feel each time, and, like, all this stuff. I was like, that's cool. Like, you don't get that, like,
That's
in
true.
Monster Hunter, there is not a developer walking around, like, telling you things. Like, you just play the game. Like, it's cool just having, like, that very, like, personal, like, experience with the dude who was like making the game.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I've had that comes close to that would on a major scale game was at E3. I watched the Monster Hunter demo behind closed doors that you had to wait for. Like I waited in line. I didn't know if it was going to be gameplay or not because I didn't say anything about it. But I had a feeling it would just be a demo. And it was the same monster that they had at the E3 like press conference or reveal, but it was played a different way, and it was with like different weapons and stuff. And the actual like lead producer like from Japan, like he was there, and they were doing like a translator for what he was saying, but he was actually playing the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see the developer playing the game and doing like crazy stuff. But yeah, you don't get like you don't get that kind of experience with AAA stuff, especially not at PAX.
Yeah. So I find that really cool. The indie arcade stuff is cool, and there's just a bunch of just like weird, like neat things in there. So
yeah,
I do want to check out the PAX 10 tomorrow if anyone's down, because the PAX 10 is usually the best of the best. Oh, and wait, didn't we play?
We played one of the PAX 10 games. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was like shoot, some word that starts with a B, and then some word that starts with like
shoot,
a C
break,
or something.
Forward or like break something.
can you explain what PAX 10 is?
Yeah, so every year, PAX, I don't know what team chooses the games, but some team at, like, you know, Penny Arcade or PAX.
I think Gabe and Tycho are actually involved in it.
Yeah. I cannot confirm, but
I think they are.
hopefully they are. And so anyways, some people at PAX choose 10 indie games to be part of this little enclosure that make up kind of like, you know, featured indie games for the convention.
Okay.
And PAX really tries to like honor indie games as much as possible. So that's like they have that, and then they have the indie mega booth, which is just a huge booth full of indie developers and games. So that's honestly like the cool kids know that that's where the real stuff is at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A lot of the
That's
times
really
when you're listening to podcasts, even from like industry vets, like they'll always say like, "Yo, I checked out this sick ass game at the indie mega booth," and then most people will be listening. They'll be like, "What?
Yeah.
I was in line for Monster Hunter," like, which is fine, but I like how PAX has given attention to, because PAX has become so large that unless PAX itself, like as like the orchestrator of the event, went out of their way to make sure that like indies could be found and had a place, like there's no way that they would be able to.
Yeah, like you definitely
drown out
hear
the-
that a lot, and I don't want to get into this because it's a completely different topic, but like indie games are like at the forefront of doing weird, like cool, like unique things because they're usually super small in scope, so they are able to focus on one really weird thing. And like you said, like industry, like vets, like they say that. When I was talking to, I saw a guy, Brian, I don't remember his last name, from Game Informer, and I recognized him. I was like, hey, like, you know, what do you like really like what was like a cool thing you saw around here? He's like, you know, most of the stuff at like the indie mega booth is like really cool. And I was like, yeah, I just came, you know, from there and saw some cool stuff. So like that place has a lot of weird things. Not all of them are awesome, but like there are some cool things there.
There's that one game. The floor is lava.
The floor is
Oh,
lava.
yeah.
It's
I
that
wanna play
parkour
that.
game. It's just like, okay, this is my childhood. Just
Yeah.
I can actually see the lava now.
Mm-hmm.
So, are there any like games, like, I guess there's only one more day for you guys, like is Wolfenstein like the one thing that you all want to like do or see tomorrow, or is there something?
I really, really want to see Wolfenstein, and
I do want to play Monster Hunter,
yeah, I do want to play Monster Hunter, especially to get that pin.
but I don't want to eat 4 hours of my life.
Yeah.
Especially because the expo hall closes tomorrow at 5 instead
wait,
of 6. So
no,
it cuts
no,
it
it's
down.
6.
Is that
Really?
6?
They usually shut it down early.
I don't know.
10 to 6
But
daily.
the actual convention ends at 7 itself, but the expo hall closes at 6.
Really? For
Yes.
some reason I thought... Okay. Well, never mind then. That's cool. I don't know. I'll do what I can.
The only thing like that I would want to play is Mario Galaxy, but I'm honestly willing
Odyssey.
to. Oh yeah.
You can just play...
I'm really ready to play the Wii U, guys.
Well, they do have probably both Mario Galaxy games at the console free play, if you'd like to stop by there. And
I
try
might.
out.
Walter will be there tomorrow. Find him there.
I'm gonna play some Wii U.
It's on the Wii.
I'll play any game on any console, even if it's not for that console.
Because you're not weak.
I'm not weak. I'll force it in.
I'll play Super Mario Galaxy on the
this
Sega
GameCube
Genesis.
just doesn't fit in my 3DS. I'm not weak. It's gonna work.
I'm not weak.
I'm not weak.
But Odyssey would be fun to play. But I honestly, as with most games at PAX, you can just wait, like, and then it'll come out, and you didn't have to waste your life to play it a little bit early, which is kind of my whole feeling about PAX now. I've kind of made peace with the fact that you don't need to play any games.
I don't regret like not playing those games. It's just like, all right. Actually, one of the only things I regret is not being able to play like Final Fantasy 14. Like I wanted to play that boss fight. They had like a raid boss that you could fight, and you could win a dumb shirt if you did it. And like I went over there by myself. It's like a shitty shirt because it says like I beat like Susanoo, and I was like, okay, well, like that.
Who's gonna like congratulate you?
Yeah, it was like nice job. It was like, just take the text off that shirt and I would wear it because it looks fine. It's just like artwork on it, but like
the artwork is cool.
Yeah, but like I went over there at the end, and I was just like, I was talking to the person. I was like, hey, like this was at like 3:30 or 4 o'clock, so there's a couple hours left for the convention. I was like, hey, like the line was capped as per usual. I was like, is there a chance that I would be able to like get in and play this game if I wait here for the line to get uncapped? He's like, honestly, you're probably not gonna be able to make it, but like, and also like that game like requires 8 people for that thing. So I was like, well, maybe I could like walk around and find like a group of like 6 or 7 who like need one extra person, and I could like hop in. And I was like, it's just not worth it. Like, I just it's not worth it. But
yeah, so like, it's good to turn to like the indie games, as we've already said, but there are other things that can kind of tide you over, like raffles or like giveaways, and then also like merch. But then another thing that's going to be a little segue here is that we did a tournament. So we wanted to do a Rocket League tournament.
We wanted to do
and we did do one. So there was 2 Rocket League tournaments this year. One was on Friday, and Jordan wasn't here Friday, so we didn't do that one. One of them was on Saturday. Jordan was here for that, and it said casual tournament there, so I was like, okay, like maybe this one. It's a technically PC tournament. The first one was a PS4 tournament. So maybe this one's just gonna be, like pros just don't come, and like this will be just for
everyday people playing or something.
Yeah, like casuals or whatever. Filthy casuals.
Which we are.
If you don't have a shirt, then shove off.
Then go to the ranked place, son.
Yeah, go to ranked play. Yeah, so we show up and we sign up as soon as it opens, and we go there at the time of the tournament. We're like getting psyched up, ready to play. They have a whole huge like room full of computers with full like keyboard, headphone setups, and everything's looking good.
Partially working headphones.
Partially. Well, I mean, we don't need to get in that, but yeah. So
we had our own Discord server, right?
It was supposed to be incredible.
You're just all right.
But yeah, that didn't really matter. Once you find out what this tournament really was, so he was telling us the rules. We were like in a big group, and he was like yelling out the rules for the tournament. And then he was like, yeah, so this is a casual tournament, so it's going to be Rumble Pinball, which, if you know what Rocket League, or if you've played Rocket League, you might have heard that there's a mode called Rumble where there's weird power-ups that you can get. It's pretty fun, actually. And then Pinball is like a little rule mutator where the ball is really small and fast. So that was like, everybody laughed at it. Yeah. And was like, oh, that's funny. Like, it's a casual tournament.
And someone in front of me turned around and it's like, well, I'm not playing Rumble Pinball.
Yeah, it's like, we're not actually doing that.
They don't have bump jump?
Yeah.
If they don't have Rumble Pinball, I'm leaving.
Bumper jumper.
So we get into our spots. We're each on a computer. We're like, this is lit. It's getting real. Yeah. And so the enforcer comes up behind us. She's like, all right, guys, we're ready to go. Get your like stuff set up. So it's gonna be Rumble Pinball on DFH Stadium. All right, let's go. And then we're like, we just kind of like sink in our chairs. We're like, oh,
dude, I thought she was still joking at that point.
Really? You even thought she was still joking then?
I like waited at that moment. I waited for her to say, okay, actually just join like the regular match, and she never did.
You're like, no.
Wait, we're actually doing this.
So it turns out their definition of casual tournament went to the extreme where we dumbed down the game to like Mario Kart. Like, not to say that Mario Kart is bad in any way, but like, pure casual party game.
But also, though, it was extremely fun. Like, the rounds we played that we were winning, like, I was having a blast. Like, like it was just ridiculous and fun. So
it was really fun, and we were being goofy as fuck.
We're being goofy. We were yelling out, like, let's go!
We were, like, acting as if every goal we scored was, like, the final goal of, like, overtime in, like, a real match. But we're just like, okay, let's go!
Instead, we used a boxing glove on a spring to, like, smash it into the goal.
It's even funnier because the people we were...
That's not a joke.
There was a large... I feel like there was a large section of people in that tournament who just had not played Rocket League before. Because, like...
There literally was.
Like, the first team that we played against, the guy on the other team was like, oh, if they scored on me and I have zero previous experience in this game, I was just like, oh, we're just sitting here just, like, roasting these people. Like,
we're, like, kind of, like, yelling and stuff.
Just, like, being super ridiculous. And these guys have never played this game before.
Like, one of the guys was like, oh, not bad for my first game ever. And then, meanwhile, we're over there just being like, what? Let's fucking go, dude! Like, we were getting so into it. It was great.
There was a team next to us that was literally a son and then a mom and a dad. And he was teaching them the controls.
I saw that.
We were like, what is happening? That they showed up at 10 a.m., signed up for a Rocket League tournament, and decided to start playing the game for the first time there.
They love their son that much.
They love their son.
He doesn't have any other friends that play Rocket League at PAX.
Honestly, that was real fun.
It was very fun, and we ended up getting to the semifinal round. It was weird, though, because...
We encountered a team that...
was elite.
They were elite Rumble pinball players, and I hope they're proud of that.
Yeah, at the end of the game, when it was clear that we were going to lose, I actually wrote in the text chat, you guys are really good at Rumble pinball.
And you were just clearly angry.
Because I was salty as fuck.
Also, multiple times, like, during each match, I would just write dad.
Yeah. In the text chat just appears dad? Question mark.
You also wrote in one of them, I'm a virgin, and we're gonna get DQ'd before this.
That's my new thing. So on text chat on Overwatch or like anything really, I'll just write like I'm a virgin, and it'll be.
Anyone else here a virgin?
VURGEN, and every time someone's like, no, I'm not vegan, or someone will be like what the fuck, LOL, like you mean virgin, and then like no, like I'm a virgin. I'll be like, is anyone else here a virgin, like, or just me? And I'll just like spell it terribly and like so
that's fun.
I figured I'd hit him with the virgin and psych him out a little bit.
That was fun. Our second match, we like lost the first round, and we're like, oh, we got to come back. And it actually got intense like that second round. We're like, we need to win this. And then we just trashed. We like completely destroyed.
We like we like Brazil'd them.
Yeah, we're like, we got their number this time.
We Germany Brazil'd them.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, and so I think we technically got 4th place, but we left after we lost, and I think we were supposed to do a last game for 3rd place.
They said I remember them saying, hey, we're gonna play for 3rd. And like as we were leaving, like multiple times we were there talking with like the people.
We were talking with the people.
They didn't say don't leave.
We bonded with that lady who specifically remembered us when we came back to sign up for the tournament because I chose my name as Calabar.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to this podcast, you know that Calabar is the subtitle of the second Halloween Town film, the best one, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. Mm-hmm. The lady, when I went to go sign up, I was like, okay, my username is going to be Calabar, and I spelled it out. And then at the end, like when we were almost done, like finalizing everything, I was like, I don't even remember what I said.
You just threw it in there. Like we were just sitting there, and you were just like,
I was like,
so have you ever seen?
Yeah, like, have you ever seen Halloween Town? And then she was like, yeah, I got the reference. I got your name, and I was like, no, there's no way that someone else here, like it's specifically at the Rocket League tournament, knew my reference. To
the chances of that happening were super.
And then and then she was like, oh yeah, isn't the second movie Halloween Town 2 Calabar's Revenge? I'm like. I like this lady. This lady's dope.
You watched the Disney Channel back in the day.
And then she's like, oh, I've even seen the one where they go to college. I'm like, wait, is that Halloween Town University?
I don't know if that exists.
I don't know, man, because there's Halloween Town High.
Yeah, I think she made that up.
Maybe that's what she was thinking.
Well, I don't know. Halloween Town, the university one, might be like a direct-to-DVD release.
I think it's an extremely goofy movie. Halloween Town crossover is what she's thinking of.
That's a sick
extremely goofy movie.
That's a sick movie. That's a sick film.
That's gonna be a fucking film.
That's a dirty ass film. But no, the end of the tournament thing is I looked because Rocket League posted a photo of all the like 1st place, 3rd place, 2nd place. I don't know why I did it in that order. Winners. And they each got, it looked like, kind of like jackets or like shirts that were Rocket League, and they also I saw little tiny medals that said PAX West that were like actual medals. And it's like, if we could have gotten that, and we missed that opportunity to get third place, then I'm actually kind of mad.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed about
the funny part is
then I'm actually fucking mad. I'm gonna do something.
I'm actually fucking mad, and Pax is gonna hear about it. No, I'm not gonna do anything, guys. I'm not.
They're fucking douchebags.
I'm not weak. They're fucking douchebags.
I'm not.
Go fight them.
No, so the according to that post, at least, the first place team was the guy that we were standing in line next to when we were signing up, who was like, "Oh, what rank are you guys?" We're like, "Oh, gold 3." It's like, "Yeah, I'm platinum like 85 or whatever the hell." And then he's like, "Yeah, my boyfriend is gonna be like master champ 7."
Jesus.
He's like Grand Wizard.
These are all technical
Grand Wizard
terms.
69 or whatever. and then he was like, "Yeah, I've never met him. I met him on Reddit where he's just gonna show up." And then we witnessed them meet, and they decided that their team name was gonna be We Just Met.
Yeah.
Which was pretty good.
Oh, that's
we lost.
Beautiful love story.
It is.
It's not actually his boyfriend, I don't think.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the
He
fuck,
just-
Dane?
I don't
threw
know.
that in. He
I
just
don't
threw
know,
that in.
dude.
He's just salty
Look,
that he lost.
They were cool. They seemed like they got along well.
Yeah, they were actually cool.
They were nice
I'm glad
dudes.
they won,
Yeah,
but
and the
also
people that
they
beat
cheated.
us. The people that beat us came in second, so like we can't
Yeah.
be that upset. They were very good at the game.
Yeah.
I will admit that.
They're very good. I feel like if I knew that they were going to be elite, I would have like conserved my power ups a little
Yeah.
more. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, again, it was still fun. Don't regret playing.
I'm very
it,
glad we
so,
did that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
fun.
I think next year I might just enter the like both Rocket League tournaments and like play by myself if I have to,
Yeah.
because it's really fun. Honestly, that's if I could just play in tournaments like
Culture.
every
I'll go,
month or so.
I'll go with you
To what?
to those tournaments.
That's the thing is I don't know how many. I feel
No,
like
I
there's
get
not
it.
very many.
That's fine. If you just... I get that Look, I'll be the first to admit I'm not great at Rocket League. I had my moments. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I want to do a real one.
Clearly, what we learned from this is that I'm the pinball wizard here because I was the fucking MVP during this, and I'm a monster at Rocket League Rumble pinball.
So much so that night when we went out to the bars, you specifically wanted to go to a bar where you could play pinball.
And then they fucked me.
Yeah. And then the pinball area was closed.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. We were like, oh, let's go to this place. They have actually a lot of pinball machines in this like downstairs part of this bar, and we get there, and there's a private party that's rented out the entire bottom room
Yeah,
of
I
the
was
bar.
this close to sending them a message. That's all I'm gonna say.
So that was unfortunate, but yeah, that whole thing was really fun. So and so was PAX. So
Yeah.
Good weekend.
PAX, it's been a fun weekend. It's been one would say a lituation.
is there anything else that you guys?
We're filming.
So I thought we could talk about the Holy Bible. Actually, Tom, can you grab that Bible from the
Bible drawer?
Yeah. Throw it here, champ.
I'm not in disgrace, God.
Alright, guys. Someone pick a page number.
666.
So we're
This is so
filming?
dumb.
And you-
Yeah, okay, so
There's
now that I know
1,000
that this
pages in
bit
it.
is trash,
Just cut the bit off.
we were,
That was bad.
guys, we're doing a little bit of filming here at PAX, and
This is
I
great.
hope to release the vid. You're going to see something from PAX, whether it's a full vid or just, little snippets, but we have been interviewing people, and people look at us, see that we have a camera, and think we're something special. People asked us for our business cards just after they saw that we had a camera. So that's pretty interesting. And now that I know that I can have power in this world, I need to carry around a camera at all times.
I mean, that's just a good tactic. People will see the camera. They just want to know. Like, all right, here you go.
Guys, this is important.
doing this.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm being 100% serious with you right now.
This will help
I
us deal with
flipped
the
to a
lines.
random page. It's page 690.
Yeah, you flipped
Okay,
No,
okay.
Random page.
No, I promise. I swear that I did not do this on purpose. And the thing that I landed on, the whatever you call this shit in the Bible.
Words?
I really
yeah,
hope
like a
religious
paragraph or
people
some
that
shit.
watch aren't.
It just says, "Astonish yourselves and be astonished. Blind yourselves and be blind. Be drunk, but not with wine. Stagger, but not with strong drink." I feel like that carries a strong parallel to last night's events.
No, that's like...
I don't know why this is on page.
It's not a
690.
parallel to it, it's how it should have gone.
Right.
Yes.
It's not a parallel.
Yes.
It speaks to. Yeah.
Jordan
no.
has his head in his hands.
It's not a parallel. That's not what I meant. I fucked up there. Yeah.
Antithesis?
Sure. Yeah. But it is interesting. Anyway, if you guys haven't read the Bible sometime, I highly recommend.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Please alienate any of our listeners who follow a religious
They're
belief.
fine. They're fine. Look,
Do you have a
the
moment
Bible's fine.
to learn about God?
This was placed by the Gideons. Thank you, Gideons. Guys, go to holybible.com, type in the offer code Gideons for 5% off your next Bible perch.
Guys, pay a visit to your local motel and
No,
just
that's one last
look
thing
into
about
the
that.
side
Look
table.
into that little table.
Are there any hot purchases that you guys have made?
Ooh, baby!
I bought a piranha plant puppet that is
Okay.
actually hilarious. I like little funny
That's a good
things
thing.
like that.
Yeah.
It could be.
And you came up with a great voice.
Yeah,
Can you
I do
show
a little
us?
bit. No, I'm not going to do that now. We don't have enough time.
That's a different video.
That is.
Dane.
I'm sure you guys will see it.
I got whoa! Got some Destiny Destiny lanyards, a pin, and a little like Lord Saladin. He is the Lord of the Iron Banner, and he's like a little like chibi.
Don't take his name in vain.
He's a little chibi figure, and he has like wolves next to him. It's pretty dope. I got that from my computer desk. And then honestly, like, I bought a ThinkGeek has like their little bags every year, like for carrying like your shit around the con. But they have a con edition, which is smaller and more portable. And on the front, it has like a Velcro, like a soft Velcro little panel, essentially, where you can put patches that I guess you can get at cons, like specifically for that style of like bag or Velcro, whatever. But I decided to just put pins on there instead, so I swagged out and put a bunch of pins on my bag. And it's somewhat addicting to collect flair. I feel like I'm working for Tchotchkes. That was the name of the restaurant from Office Space.
I think you're right.
So so I'm trying to collect flair now.
You have less than 15, that's not acceptable.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get up to the. I feel like right now I'm severely lacking on flair.
Do you really want to be the type of person that only has the minimum amount of flair?
Absolutely not. But I haven't even gone to that yet, so we're making progress. But yeah, I've somehow this PAX, I realized that I'm addicted to pins, evidently.
Nice.
Tom, any hot purchase?
See, I got a Mega Man beach towel. It has
Let's fucking
Proto
go.
Man,
Dude, let's
Mega Man
fucking
and Bass. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
I won a free one quotation marks a free shirts from Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh yeah.
What you had to do was use Android 16 and use his 3-gauge super on your opponent's last character to get like an ultimate finish or whatever. And once you do that, they'll give you a shirt. So I was just like, oh yeah, just take the fall for me so I can get this shirt. And so yeah, I
Take one for the
totally
team.
owned that guy. But yeah, I got that free shirt.
Did you make that fight look real at the end, or was it just like, oh, I'm just not gonna block?
Was it your
I'm
brother
just
that you were
gonna-
fighting?
It was my uncle.
It was your uncle.
But it looked totally real, honestly. And the guy didn't even care either.
I
He
mean,
just-
hey, you did
Yeah.
did the requirement. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
So I got a Shovel Knight bottle opener. It's just the shovel.
I bought that too.
Yep.
That's neat.
I was there. I bought
Dad.
the was it it's like bicycle freaking regular card deck.
Wait, did you buy that Shovel Knight one?
I bought the Shovel
Dude,
Knight
those were
deck,
lit.
yeah. Those are really cool. Like each of the face cards are like different characters from the game.
Cool.
And I bought a Shovel Knight amiibo.
It's important to note that the Shovel Knight playing cards were made by Bicycle,
Yes.
like the playing card company that makes every fucking playing card on the planet, which was pretty cool. They were solid cards.
Not
Great
liquid
art.
cards.
It's true, or Big or Venom. It's deep cut.
What'd you get?
I mostly just bought clothing. I like to find. I like wearing shirts that are video game related or are anime related or anything related, but I don't like it when they are so overstated that they are tacky looking, which is why I like wearing shirts that are like understated. And if someone's like saw it and was like, "Oh, I know what that is," like I can tell, but it's not some random person not just gonna see it and be like, "Ah, that's like a fucking like shitty nerdy like
Fucking
cheap ass
weeb.
looking shirt." Yeah, so I like walked around trying to find some. I found like cool Mega Man one. I bought a Pyre shirt, a shirt from the game Pyre. They have like really good artwork in that game and all of Supergiant's games in general. So
The art is fantastic.
they had a bunch of cool shirts. I also bought a poster for the game Transistor, which the poster was like a concert like promotion poster because the main character in that game is like a singer, and it looks pretty neat. And then I bought a Street Fighter V like jersey-ish type of thing. It's like a very like loud flare looking. It's like the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It's the exact thing that you wouldn't
just thinking
normally
of-
wear. But I was like, this is like so like just kind of like out there that I kind of have to like get this because it just looks crazy. And I was like, all right, I'll get it. I bought one with Vega on it. And then I think I got another couple. I bought.
Oh, you got the bloodstained one?
I bought a bloodstained one, which I thought was cool. I didn't actually know what game that was for until I checked. Like I saw it on like the label, but that was for like Bloodstained, which is like the spiritual successor to some Castlevania games. And I'm forgetting a couple, or I'm forgetting one, I think. Oh, I bought a like at the Destiny store.
Oh, yeah.
They had like shirts for each class.
Oh, yeah.
So I bought one for the Titan. It was pretty neat looking.
I regret not buying the Warlock one.
I got the
Yeah.
spicy ramen one.
Yeah, that one's lit.
That's cool.
Those shirts were pretty solid all around, I thought. Yeah, I actually think there is one more, but I don't remember what it was.
One thing about those shirts though, they're really thin.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you noticed. My friend Johnny bought it, and like he had
the arm.
Yeah.
I looked at mine earlier, like I held it up and like I could see through like the sleeve. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's not cool.
like I wouldn't say he's a sweaty person, but you could see visual sweat stains
Yeah.
from it. I'm just like, okay, that's a problem. And like he was wearing a bag too, and like where the bag was like, making contact with his body, there was just like sweat all up and down there
Yeah.
because it's making extra contact with the skin.
Yeah.
I did see that after I opened that shirt, but yeah. So mostly I just bought shirts and
I didn't buy any shirts this year,
poster.
actually.
so yeah.
Coulter?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I bought is just the PD Piranha. We got a trash-ass shirt for
Yeah,
participating in the tournament.
Man, I'm not going to wear that shirt.
I was gonna mention that shirt. I was like, no, I don't even want to bring up that.
It's not worth mentioning.
It's from a trash company.
It's
Yeah,
from
it's-
like a shitty Lenovo is honestly not that bad. They have like sell like you can like get like decent stuff from
Yeah.
them for cheap, but like I just don't understand like their branding on the shirt. Like the Legion like brand colors are black and red, as are every other gaming accessory like theme colors. But for some reason the shirt is just like yellow like font. I'm not sure why.
And there's nothing on the front of the shirt. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it just says Legion by Lenovo, and like it's such like just a brand. Like
Oh, does
it
the
looks
front not
bad.
say anything? Is it the back
I
that
think,
says
yeah,
Legion?
there's like something on the back, and then there might be a little something on the sleeve.
On the sleeve it says Intel. Or powered by Intel or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's a bad looking shirt, but yeah, whatever.
I thought it was going to say Rocket League at least.
like,
That was
they were
so
like,
annoying.
We got a good shirt for you at the end of this. I
Yeah.
was like, sweet, we're gonna get like a just
I was
cool
like,
little
I
Rocket
need
League.
more Rocket
And I was
League
like,
merch.
I want a Rocket League shirt, and I was like, oh, here's fucking Lenovo.
I
shit.
should have just fucking spat in their face. Like, that was just...
And also,
Yeah.
to just fucking.
That was just upsetting, though. They were just like, I got a great shirt for you, though! Like, go check out Rocket League at the booth! And they were just, like, doing an advertisement at the end. I'm like, no.
And
Like, this
then
was great until you did
to
this.
dunk on Lenovo further, even though I just say they make okay products, but like when we were playing on their computers and like their monitors, the fucking monitor I was on our second game, which we won, but like the colors on it were like really fucked up, and there was like a weird like shading on it, like it was really
It looked like someone sat on it.
yeah, like I don't know what was wrong with like it might have just been like their cables were fucked up or something, but like it looked really bad.
There's a
when I was
visible
playing.
problem
yeah,
with the
like,
screen.
It was like a weird blue tint, like it was just not. It looked bad.
And it didn't look like just, settings were changed. It
Yeah.
looks like literally there were like pixels
Yeah, there was
incorrect.
visible graphical like effects
Yeah.
on the screen. I was like, this is like bad looking.
Looks like you put a magnet up to
yeah.
the screen.
Yeah, so it was just like it was just bad and weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I think that was basically all I bought was shirts. So
Yeah, all right.
Alright.
This
think
has
that's
turned
it.
into like a full-length episode.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Yeah, no.
We've been doing like 2 hours lately.
Yeah.
Alright.
Still, a little longer than we thought it could be, but
But it was a spirited conversation.
it was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
All right, well,
Should we plug ourselves out of here?
I'll plug you.
Should we unplug ourselves?
Guys, if you want to find Not So Subtle, please hop on those interwebs. Head to itsnotsosubtle@gmail.com if you want to shoot us anything really. Topic suggestions, feedback, just saying hi.
Sure.
I've recently learned that a lot of my friends and people I know watch this podcast. Guys, send us a damn email, alright? Just say, what's up, Dane? Or like, what's up, Coulter? How you doing, bud?
Literally ask anything. Be like, what the fuck video game are you guys talking about on the
Yeah,
last
like
episode?
if you don't know what
that
we're
is.
talking about, hit us up. We'll like go into Weenie Hut Jr. version or something and tell you what's going on. All right. Super Weenie Hut Jr. If you don't want to send us an email or contribute to the conversation because you clearly haven't yet, you can go to Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at It's Not So Subtle. And then if you want to find me personally on most social media, you can find me at Lane to Point on pretty much everything, as well as Pornhub. Don't forget that.
Classic.
That's probably about it. Ton, where can people find you?
Thank you for being on this episode, Ton, a special guest.
And
Thank
I'm
you for
aware
being on this episode
now,
at 1 a.m.
Yeah, that like we didn't start off this whole thing with my introduction, so I'm sure some people were like, "Oh, what the fuck? Who's this disembodied voice I don't recognize?"
Did we introduce any of
No,
ourselves?
no, I don't think
No,
we did any
we kind of
introductions.
just jumped in.
Yeah. But yeah,
Look, it's 1 a.m., alright?
my name is Ton, if you didn't already know. And let's see, you can find me on Instagram at Megatrong. That's with 2 T's, Truong. And basically that's the only thing I want to give out.
Fair. You don't want to pimp anything out? You don't have like a hot mixtape dropping? I think I asked you this last
Yeah,
time.
you
literally
asked that
did.
exact thing.
Look, that's whenever someone goes on a podcast, they always have a mixtape to drop. That's how it
That's a
works.
secret project.
Alright.
My name is Coulter. Hi.
Stop.
Coulter, hi, Coulter.
That's
Are you
another
an
bit that's
alcoholic?
been done. I'm not an alcoholic, and you can find me at Coulter Potter on it's notsosubtle.com. No, I'm just
Alcoholics
kidding.
Anonymous.
You can
No,
find me at Juanita Pub.
at
Oh,
Coulter
jeez.
Potter on
Doxed.
Instagram and Twitter. Thank you.
Cool.
That's all you got?
Yeah, sure.
You can find
Alright,
me, Jordan Miller,
Alright, man.
at the Killamilla on Twitter and other social media websites, video game. It's my video game handle as well.
How do you spell it?
I'm not gonna spell it. On
Alright.
Twitch, where we do stream sometimes, you can find us at It's Not So Subtle. You can find us on Twitch at It's Not So Subtle. Also, Facebook.com/It's Not So Subtle works as well. If you want to follow my Tumblr blog, where I post anime and other various GIFs that I have created for
Create
anime.
gifs.
Create is a strong word for
Steal.
Use simple. No, I don't. No, I don't. I actually
No.
all the gifts
No,
that
I'm not a thief!
that I don't
Reposted.
reblog, that I are my own posts, I have made myself. So they're not reposted. But that
I commend you.
Is Tenzo-Taicho. So go on there if you want to see some
Sick.
shit. Yeah. Do we forget anything?
No, I did want to mention that Destiny 2 is launching. Well, depending on when this goes up, it might already be out. It's coming out on the 6th, which is a Wednesday, Tuesday at 9 p.m. for us on the West Coast. I think I'm going to try to stream the beginning of that game. Me, like, making my character and going through the early hours of Destiny. I will be working on Wednesday, but Tuesday night I'm going to stream, and then Thursday I'll be playing all day.
Sweet.
So if anyone wants to see, if you're curious about Destiny 2, or you want to see some hot gameplay from the best Destiny player this side of the Mississippi, certainly don't watch my stream. But if you just want to see Destiny 2, hop on It's Not So Subtle or Land to Point on Twitch and check it out.
Alright.
We can pimp that out on the social medias too for all you millennials out there.
Cool beans.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If there was any weird technical problems, I apologize for that. This was an impromptu thing here. The setup is a little bit ghetto, but guess what? We're gonna get to show you the view out the window if you're watching. If you're watching the video podcast. Sorry, audio listeners.
Tron's dick right now.
Yeah, right at my crotch.
Tron.
Sorry, Tons. I was
Let's
thinking
go.
his Instagram.
I don't know if you can see this at all, but it's pretty lit.
Or
It's
your
a nice
family.
I don't know if you can hear me right now because I'm not near a mic.
It's okay, I'll narrate. Seattle's a beautiful place. come visit it next PAX.
Look, we're in town for PAX.
We're in town for life.
We're only here once a year.
Yeah, we're only here once a year. We live in actually the wilds of Alaska. What's up, dude?
All right, see you guys.
Good night.